Check, check. Morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Good evening. Just setting up real slow. Can you let me know? Can you let me know in the comment section if you can hear me fine? But what up? What up? Check, check. Audio working fine. Hopefully, camera's working fine. Lighting's working fine. Great. Good to have you here. Yeah, good morning, Avi. It's Melbourne. I'm in Melbourne, so it's 9 a.m. in the dot. That's why I kind of roll into the office in the mornings and I look half tired. Good to see you all. What's happening? You know how we do, 7 p.m. EST or 9 a.m. Melbourne time. We are live talking NFTs. Yesterday was a cool episode, guys. I got to dive into the depths of NFT history. It was a big learning curve for me personally over the last 48 hours. LFG, can't wait for this one. Hell yeah, young content. Good to see you here, bro. Who's second, third, thousandth? I don't know. Hey, what's happening? All right, guys, let's go. This episode is going to be an interesting one, as with everyone else. We had a few big things happen over the last 24 hours. Literally every 24 hours, there's so much to talk about, which is why I kind of transitioned my content from making video snapshots to just being like, yo, let's just do this live. Let's just get on a stream and talk live about the stuff that's been happening over the last 24 hours in the NFT space, because there was just so much stuff going on, right? And even though I cover like 5 or 6 pieces of news in the last 24 hours, there's hundreds of other things happening out there that I just can't keep on top of. So I hope other people follow and do the same, because I would love to join other people's stream. And young content makes NFT content. Check his stuff out. He's cool. Anyone else that's making stuff, just there's a big opportunity right here for content creators about NFTs. Every big brand, guys, every big brand from September last year till even today, my DMs and my YouTube comments and my emails are just like flooded by brands and personalities and people trying to get into the space. The biggest of the biggest, and I'm truly blessed. But what I'm trying to get to you guys is that there is a need for information in the NFT space. And if you are here right now and just buying anything and making a profit, or just buying anything and understand the art space, or you understand the collectible space, even to a minuscule degree, you are of insane value to the people looking in. So I urge you to start a blog post, start YouTube, start something, because this plays dividends later on when you're launching a product. My Twitter today, guys, is 63,000. Let me switch to this thing. Yeah, my Twitter today is 63,400 followers, right? It used to be 0 back in the day when I first started. So when everyone came in over the last 6 months, I remember I had like 15,000 followers or something. But it grew crazily. And from this social awareness platform that I have, Twitter and YouTube, I was able to launch the MetaKey, which sold out literally within 15 minutes. And it was like, $500,000 into the business, the company treasury to help run the MetaKey. And I'm able to continue funding the MetaKey through my awareness channels. So, content creators will be rewarded by not only being able to sell NFTs, but being able to grow a business and leverage that growth to launch other projects, even if it's a website or even if it's just a conversation, right? The networking opportunities are insane. Okay, so enough about that. Let's, we're going to talk about different topics, but as usual, we kind of give away something. We give away something, which is NFT related. It's an NFT. In the past, we've given away an Astro Friend. We've given away Vogu. We've given away, what else have we given away? A Curio card, which is now just too expensive to give away. It's like half an ETH to an ETH floor now, almost. But I thought what I'd do is give away a Nifty Gateway piece of art, right? Nifty Gateway, one of the biggest art platforms, which kind of blew up the NFT scene or the art scene, because people start to do millions of dollars worth of drops here. Right, so that from Beeple to whoever came and launched here, goes on to do so many sales. But what I thought I'd do is kind of give away something from my own profile. So my profile is Maddie. Matty, which is, where is Matty? As if I'm not here. People, maybe at Matty? Oh, there he is. At Matty. Okay. So this is my profile. I'll give away today. I actually haven't been buying NFT art on Nifty Gateway for a while. And I thought today I'll give away. Let's give away. The cool thing is that there's a lot of branded art and a lot of personalities that came and dropped their very first art on Nifty Gateway, and that's why I think that early 2021 period is really special, because that was the first time the Boss Logics were coming in, or the Lush Sucks, or even Dota. Like, such a big Dota fan, and OG from Dota Esports came and dropped something. Now, this is not to say that the world is just for the big artists, and obviously there's going to be great artists that go ahead and do beautiful things. But it was the first time that artists came and paid attention to the space in mass, and total respect to Super Rare and Non Origin and the true OGs that built the art space slowly and organically and built the foundations for Nifty Gateway to exist. But in the early days, at least in the early 2021 days, there was like, Nifty Gateway art is definitely going to be iconic. So what I thought I'd give away is an art piece from, let's keep going. An art piece from, I got some XCOPY art, guys. So this is Afterburn from XCOPY. It's a multi-edition. The cheapest this is going for right now. I always get carried away in showing you guys my stuff. It's kind of like show and tell. It's just fun. I know I have to cover a bunch of things, and we'll get to that, I promise. But real quickly, I'm so excited about the NFTs I own because I'm plugged into so many people's careers, from artists to brands and companies and games. Like, buying early Mystic Axes means that I'm plugged into Axie Infinity's success. If they go on to have 10 million users per day, I will always have a benefit there because I have a Mystic Axie. And for artists, if they go on to do big things in their career, I have their early art pieces, so I'm always invested there. And it's just exciting waking up and checking 100 different things and just seeing the trajectory of my investments. But obviously they're connected to artists, so as just seeing artists do really well, for me, it's like, oh, that's awesome for the space, and also as an investor, and it's just so cool and exciting to wake up to. So XCOPY is one of the artists that I have some work of. And I don't have XCOPY's single edition pieces, which are selling for like millions of dollars. But I have his multi editions, which is this one, which has seen a growth to 4,000 USD over the last 2 to 3 days. So $4,000 to $5,000 USD. This one sold for 3,000. So that was a bit of a steal in this crazy times, considering literally 5 hours ago it sold for 4,300. So I'm not sure how that happened. But there you go. And I have like about 9 of them. I think I bought another 2, so I've got 11 of them. All right, guys. I'm giving away this Remnant. Let me see if I can find a good number for you guys. Remnant is from The Weeknd. So you all know the musician, The Weeknd, right? He came, dropped NFTs. He didn't really do much. Apart from dropping NFTs. So a lot of people were like, oh, cash grab, just kind of dropped NFTs. But it's the freaking Weeknd, right? Big personality. And I think, okay, this is a prediction, a total assumption, is that I think in the future, brands and artists will revisit their early NFT drops and will be like, wait a second, we dropped thousands of NFTs that exist today. We have to do something to preserve the value of this. So why not do a concert where the NFT becomes a ticket, right? I think there may be some play as the education of NFTs go from just being an art piece to technical items which you can build use cases with, right? From tickets to game items, whatever it may be. If The Weeknd goes on, and they're obviously, the fact that they dropped NFTs shows that they've got a digital team around him that plays around with new technology. So I think there may be in the future an opportunity here for us to grab something where no one really can see this coming, but we might see this coming and be invested. It's a big prediction. It's one that, I'm not sure if it'll come true, but I'm trying to see where the puck is going, right? I'm trying to see where the puck is going, and I think this could be it. So I'll wait till Michael, I think the Medikey is commenting now, but I think Michael will post on the Discord the giveaway. But we're going to give away the Remnant 290 out of 500. So the Remnant 001. It is a weekend piece. The original price is $100. The average sale was 402. Last sale was 270. But you know, you could have bought it for 100. It's still up 2 to 3x. And I think as being the first ever weekend drop NFT, if the weekend comes in to do more in the NFT space, these are the first. So they may have value in the future. All right. All right, cool. So Michael's setting it up. Michael, we're giving away a Remnant 001 290 500, the weekend art piece as the giveaway. And as usual, guys, to join the giveaway, you've got to go to the Medikey Discord, which I think Michael is going to pin real soon. But you go to Maddie's stream, so you'll get a link soon. And once you get the link, you go down here, you click Maddie's stream giveaways, and oh, he said XCOPY. It's not XCOPY, it's the weekend. But I don't know if you can edit that, Michael. It may be worth redoing it, maybe. But anyway, it's all good. Whatever it is, it's the weekend Remnant 001. All right, it's not an XCOPY. Hopefully, I've clarified that. Whatever it is, hopefully you guys will have an iconic piece in the next 1 or 2, 3 years. Who knows which artists are going to come and revisit this space, but it's going to take off like crazy. All right, let's get going, guys. Let's get going. Let's get going. Michael, no biggie if you can't redo that, man. Oh wait, you are redoing it. All right, all good. So we'll just wait till he does that. But we're going to go through CryptoPunks again, guys, because we found out the whale that spent $7 million on why I spent $7 million on 104 floor punks. So this guy came up, and honestly, guys, you just don't know. You don't know who has a lot of money in the crypto space. I remember Tim Kang, right? One of the investors of Early Beeple. I think, you know, he came in the space and bought a Beeple art piece for $700,000, which at the time was the record by 600K, right? It was a massive record. Back then, the highest art piece was 120 or 140. But Tim Kang came out of nowhere, spent $700,000 on a single edition Beeple piece. Went on to buy the number 7 mint into the ether for like $100,000 when they were selling for like $2,000, $3,000, and then gifted it to his brother, I think. And so you just don't know who has money in this space and what they're going to spend it on. Because you got to understand that the money coming into the NFT space. All right, guys, it's fixed. So before I continue, it's fixed. So go back to the Discord, and click the giveaway button, which is right here. Boom, 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 boom. Please smash that button. I want to see that over 200 today, because, you know, I'd love to give this away to someone, right? Someone's gonna own the weekend piece. I actually have to give away yesterday's one. I forgot. The guy reached out. Sorry, man. I have to give away the Astro Friend as well. So that's a reminder to me. All right, putting this away. We're gonna get into it. Here it is. Giveaway is live now. I am pinning this. Thank you so much, Michael. Sorry for the confusion to everyone. It's my fault. I talked about XCOPY before I talked about the weekend, but it's pinned now. So let's get going. This guy again came out saying he spent $7 million on 104 floor punks. Now, honestly, guys, I think CryptoPunks, along with the 2017, 2015 sort of NFTs, are a way to invest in the macro growth of the NFT space. The bigger the NFT space gets, the more appreciation you should see with the punks. So this is my opinion, not investment advice. But considering, now that would be a no-brainer if CryptoPunks was the very first, because, you know, it is whatever you do, whichever projects, whichever games, whichever artists go on to do big things, their first release will always be iconic. They will always do better than whatever is to come. Because even if it's a dot, if it's a piece of paper with a dot on it, because it was the first, it'll always do better than the rest, right? It'll always be iconic. So as the NFT space goes wild, the question is, who the heck were the first? And for 3 years, guys, for 3 years, people believed CryptoPunks to be the first. And there was no fault of CryptoPunks. There was no fault of anyone. Because I just felt like maybe Ethereum didn't really come out, and they did something in 2015, and it had been 2 years since that date. But anyway, this guy bought $7 million worth of FEWOCIOUS, and one of the reasons which he did that is CryptoPunks are the first. Same with NFTs. You can't go back in time and be the first. So he says you're wishing you could go back in time and buy Bitcoin below $10 back when you thought it was a fad, or there would be dozens of coins like it, but you can't, and there's nothing like it. Same with NFTs. You can't go back in time and be the first. That is true. CryptoPunks are the first. Lava Labs innovation predated ERC 721 token standard and was the inspiration for it. Now, if you tuned in yesterday, you would have seen a massive history of how they are not the first. They were believed to be the first. Again, no fault of anyone's. But moving forward, we can't really say that the first, right? Because we know better. Now, CryptoPunks are the first, and if that's one of the reasons this guy spent $7 million, and along with a lot of other people believing that CryptoPunks are the first because that's what's been said, it's questionable because they're not. So I'm curious to see how the dynamic changes. I'm curious to know how the dynamic changes because of people know the difference now that they weren't the first, right? It's going to take some time to seep into the masses because the narrative have to change and people have to stop. Like the Ethereum has to make news and headlines, and people have to, that news and that information has to come up to mainstream. But it will happen. It happens slowly. Same with how CryptoPunks story slowly developed over 3 years, but it is going to happen. That's interesting. Now, another one connected, another interesting topic connected to that is this guy Ivan Bugatti. It's kind of like the okay, Ivan. This is Ivan. I totally butchered his second name. Sorry, man. What do you do when you're a giga chad like this guy and want to buy 100 CryptoPunks at the same time while being certain it will go through with no front runners jumping out the dark forest to interfere? Okay. So the way things work is, as you guys know, you have to, when you're buying something, you do it through MetaMask. And when you do it through MetaMask, you have to submit a gas fee, right? You pay a gas fee to submit that transaction and purchase that item. So gas fees, here we go. So this probably looks familiar to you when you click submit on MetaMask. This thing pops up and you press confirm. Now, the more gas fee you pay, so how blockchain works is basically it's kind of like a train with carriages, right? Every carriage is going on to submit a bunch of transactions. Some of them are buying things. Some of them people are trying to transact or send people money. And you're trying to put your transaction in one of those carriages to eventually go and pass the blockchain or be entered into the blockchain. Now, based on how much you spend, the more you can front run and be at the front of that carriage, right? So if you just go with the basic fees, so if you just click slow, you pay a little bit less fees, but basically you're at the back of maybe the carriages, right? Maybe there's 50 carriages. This is an analogy, obviously. Maybe there's 50 carriages and you're at the back, and you got to wait for all the ones in the front to go. But when you purchase or you pay that gas fee, people can see that you've paid that gas fee to purchase that CryptoPunk, and they can be like, wait a second. If he's spending $7 million on this CryptoPunks, why don't I buy these CryptoPunks? Why don't I buy these CryptoPunks and sell it to this guy? Because he obviously wants it. So let me transact. Let me pay a higher gas fees, jump into the first carriage, and buy that CryptoPunk. This guy's obviously serious, and then I'm just going to sell it to this guy because obviously he wants it. So many times people actually front run you when you're transacting something, and that's why there's gas wars, and it gets really complicated. But this is just a little bit of snippet of information as to how it works. Because blockchain is a little bit complicated and it's a bit above my head, but I've been in the space for a little while to understand that this is sort of how it works sometimes. So people come in, they front run you, but to avoid the front running, what this guy did, according to Ivan, is he so this is how he goes on to say, bots can backrun new listings, snapping up NFTs before they even appear. Sellers can front run a purchase and relist at a higher price. Would-be buyers can sit and wait for the price to drop, but front run anyone else who decides to buy. Yep. And all these tricks are for messing with a single NFT purchase. When you plan to purchase 100 NFTs, raising the price floor can be the difference between spending $6 million and having to spend $60 million. This is very true, right? When you're spending $7 million on crypto floor punks, you're basically pulling them all out of liquidity, right? If you want to get 100 punks at today's floor price, you're not going to have to spend $6 million. You'll probably have to spend about $15 million, right? Maybe even 20 mil, because the supply isn't that high. Okay, so this guy, so they said that this guy built a service called Mining DAO. And what he did was, we accept sealed orders. Wait, okay, here we go. So clearly, blah, 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 had a strategy. He wanted a fully private block where all his trades would confirm at once before anyone had the chance to react. And that's exactly the service we built. What's unique about the mining DAO design is that not even miners know what they're mining. So miners are the people who the fees go to, and they're the people that pretty much keep their software alive and keep the Ethereum chain running and transact the transactions. They allow them to go through, and they get rewarded with mining gas fees. Now, they're pretty much one of the first people to see what's coming through and what's being traded, and to be like, oh wow, someone's paying $100 for this. They can see all that stuff. So this guy went through a private way, or a private block, through the mining DAO. As far as I understand it, that's what happened, which is interesting because it shows you how at a high level, when people spend X amount of money, how they protect themselves security wise, how they make sure certain things happen, so that, you know, they're spending millions and they want to make sure they're spending X amount of million and nothing goes wrong, because if something goes wrong in there, it can get crazy. Now, I think somewhere here he says how much money he spent. So here he goes. So all in a single block for a 5 ETH bribe. So Punk Floor got bought up using Mining DAO, all in a single block. So he spent 5 Ethereum on gas fees. So he spent $30,000 on one gas fee purchase. Now remember, we spent $30 on gas fees. This guy spent $30,000 on the 100 NFTs for it to go through a private mining DAO, and so that no one could look at it. Pretty interesting. Pretty damn interesting, right? Okay, I just thought that'd be cool to cover, because as I'm going through this with you guys, I'm also learning, and I just find it kind of fun to learn these big level plays, because it's you know, hopefully we all get there one day and we can kind of make these plays and understand. And now we know that if we want to do a massive purchase, if any one of us goes and become whales, and I hope we all do, we can see, you know, we know this exists, we know how it exists, and we know who to contact to help us make these purchases. All right, now FRender has gone on to sell 4,169 crystals, which I haven't purchased. I haven't purchased any. 4,169 crystals have sold for 0.4169 Ethereum each. If someone does the math on that, that's 5 million USD. Someone spent, a collective of people or collectors have spent $5 million on FRender's crystals. Him being an artist who's relatively new to the space. I think he's been in the space for 12 months ish. It's pretty OG compared to everyone else, but it's not like 2018, 2019. But full credit to him, who's gone on and done this drop. He's done this drop not on Nifty Gateway, or not on Super Rare, and not on anything else. I think he's gone ahead and done it on his own platform. I forgot the name of it. Where's the website URL? If someone can post it. Okay, I don't know where the website is, but I remember clicking the website and it wasn't opening for me. But bottom line, oh, here it is, right here. fcrystals.xyz. It's not opening up for me. I think I need to hook into a MetaMask, and this website doesn't have a MetaMask. But the fact that it's sold $5 million worth to a single artist, not using Nifty Gateway or not using any other protocols or someone else to be a platform for you. This is the nature of this space. It allows you to build your own platform, so you're independent on being listed on Nifty Gateway. You don't need to be listed on Nifty Gateway to do a big drop as an artist. You just need a social media platform and followership, and to grow your collective base to a certain level. To grow your social media platform to a certain level, so you can leverage that to drop art or to drop a project or to drop something. If you have a social media platform and you know a little bit of code, or you know who to contact so they can build their own platform for you, then you don't have to you don't have to get on Nifty Gateway. You don't have to wait till you're approved on Super Rare. You don't have to wait till you're approved on non-origin. And this is what OpenSea allow at a certain level. They allow you to pretty much mint whatever you want and use the platform. But going through this sort of a drop mechanic and going and making sure there's a an orchestrated strategy behind the whole thing is quite interesting. So he's gone on to sell 4,169 at 0.4, which is 1,600 Ethereum. And if you do the math on that, that's 4.8 to 5 million USD. And the crazy thing is, guys, that it sold out in 1 minute. It sold out in 1 minute. That shows you. Now, this is not a stream or a snippet to highlight FRender and be like, he's the best artist. This is not that. This is, although he's a great artist, and full credit to him. We talk in DMs every now and then. He's been very supportive of the space. So full credit to him. It's great to see him doing well. But this is just a call out to show you guys as artists that there is so much insane demand to collect art where it's totally worth pivoting or focusing a full-time career in the NFT space, in the art space, and building a sort of legacy, whether it be as a founder, a creator, an artist, or whatever it may be. Now, $5 million sold out in 1 minute is crazy. It's insane. I don't know. It's insane. And the fact that it was actually trending, I think it was trending in the US for a while, which is insane. Now, I don't know any more apart from this. It got to do with the drop. All I know is that a shit ton of money was spent. And let's see. Now, usually when something like this happens, I go to FRender and I see how his art pieces are doing. And usually they're flying off the wall, which is what's going on here. You can see in the last 24 hours, this one's gone from 6K to 10K, which is interesting because it allows you to place a bet before the event happens, right? You place a bet by purchasing the art pieces based on what you think an artist is going to do. If FRender is going to come out with a thing and you think he's going to do well, you can go ahead and buy his art pieces that already exist on Nifty Gateway or already exist on different places. Now, $5 million for a drop is insane. It's huge, guys. Like, Jesus Christ, like that's massive. Okay, let's keep moving on. Now, a digital art chick whose tweets get a shit ton of engagement, like pretty damn popular. She's been in the space for I think a while now, 6 months, 7 months. She's collected some art, but she sold this art piece. No, she sold this. I think it's an avatar project called Goddess. So let me see. The World of Women. Okay, so there's a World of Women NFT project that came out, and it's mostly it's for kind of women. It's some beautiful artwork. 10,000 unique, cool and diverse women, and this is awesome because it shows you an appetite for women in the NFT space, which are always kind of underrepresented in the tech space. But the fact is that they just want to get involved as much as we do, right, as men. So the fact that there is this is one of, I think, the very first kind of women dedicated NFT projects, and it's very well designed art, and one sold to Logan Paul for $160K, $160,000 for Logan Paul. Let's see if he talks about it anywhere. But it's crazy. It's crazy. The people coming in, purchasing these NFTs. We're at a marketplace. We're basically in this online eBay free-for-all marketplace where anything can be bought and sold, and any person or brand can be buying your NFTs without you knowing. 1.1 ETH floor on these. So let's check this out real quick. It's called World of Women. OpenSea. Oh, I can guarantee you that it'll be going crazy right now. 5.5 thousand volume traded, 1.1 ETH floor price, 10,000 items. Let's see what's up. Okay, so here we go. Activity 4 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, 1 hour ago. You can see the floor price going nuts. 1.27, 1.5 floor price about 1 ETH now. Crazy. There's going to be multiple communities, guys. There's going to be multiple communities that will go on to be huge, representing different diverse communities. Now, Bored Apes was one of them. CryptoPunks is one of them. Women World of Women is going to be another one. It's just, like, not everyone can get into Bored Apes, so not everyone resonates with Bored Apes. Not everyone resonates with the World of Women. Not everyone resonates with a certain avatar project, but it's going to pop up. Everyone's going to go nuts on it, and that will come to represent a few thousand people that respect and kind of form together and build a community and share NFT info and bootstrap a community into existence, basically. So looks like August 9th, 286 was sold at 638 Ethereum, average price of 2.23 ETH. On this one, 1,000 was sold. So this project has existed for a while now. Actually, it's existed for from 28th to the 9th, 10 days, 11 days or 12 days. So almost 2 weeks, which is like an eternity in the NFT space. So this has existed for a while. And you had the chance for a while to get in if you wanted to invest. But I think it's cool the fact that this kind of organically grew in the women community, because again, it's just they need to represent themselves, and this is an awesome way to do it. Might actually get one for my daughter, who is 4 weeks old now, guys. My daughter is 4 weeks old, and I think I've got a wallet for her set up that I buy NFTs for every now and then. I'm not buying her expensive NFTs. I'm just buying her NFTs that represent maybe stuff that she'll like in the future. Just so, who knows, it might go on to be iconic, but it'll tell a bit of a story as maybe she grows 16 and 18, and I'll go through a portfolio with her. But it'll be fun. It's kind of the first thought that came into my head. It was like, boom, like let's start a wallet and let's start giving her NFTs. It's just stupid. It was kind of like day one. It was a day one thing for me. Congrats sleeping yet. I am sleeping barely, man. I'm like, I had about 4 hours sleep today. But what I've realized, guys, is my tiredness is not really coming from lack of sleep. It's coming from being on my phone too much. It's coming from literally staring at this thing for 6 to 7 hours a day. And I read something the other day about the light emitted by the mobile phone signals to your brain to stay awake. And I think that's one of the reasons that leads to me getting a lack of sleep. So I've learned to do something in the mornings, which is just not touch my phone till I'm in the office, or else usually I wake up at about 5:30, 6 a.m. and just chill on my bed on my phone for 2 hours, just talking to people, making tweets, blah blah blah. But I don't touch my phone anymore, guys. I don't touch my phone anymore unless it's a call or something urgent. I don't touch it till I'm in the office and I finish the stream. Maybe I'll tweet something, but I finish the stream and then I go on to do my phone stuff, which my phone these days literally has I wake up to hundreds of notifications, guys. It's tough to keep up with. It's a bit overwhelming, to be honest. At the start, I remember starting a Twitter account and I'm just like DNMing with you guys, right? But I remember when I first started with Twitter, it was fun to get a DM by someone. I was like, oh, cool. Like I've got an email from someone in the NFT industry. I've got a message from someone in the NFT industry. Now I get hundreds of NFT related messages, and I'm so blessed to get that, but I can't keep up with them. And it's just overwhelming knowing that I'm thousands of messages behind and comments behind, and I just can't do anything about it. Before I, answer everyone and sleep knowing that I've done my thing, I've answered everyone's cool. But now I have no choice but to ghost some people because I can't keep up with it. So it's just, like, I guess I'm seen as an influencer sometimes. I don't like being called an influencer at all. I'm just like a regular dude that just started tweeting for fun and making content for fun, like you guys are probably doing now. But I kind of understand now why people that have hundreds of thousands of followers just can't keep up with comments. I used to think they were dicks to be like, yo, like you're not responding to comments, you're not responding to messages and stuff. But now I'm that guy now, and I hope I don't come off as a dick. But it's just hard to keep up with. Like I have to hire someone to message everyone, right? It's either a 4 to 5 hour dedication a day, or try my best for half an hour and just not really message anyone else. But anyway, back to this. Enough about your sob story, Maddie. But a comment on how I think avatar projects are going to be a big deal. I didn't think they were going to be a big deal. I actually thought they were just going to be a fad. But when there's a lot of emotion, excitement, and people throwing money at something because they just want to be part of it. When there's that sort of attitude going on, usually there's some longevity in that industry. that's what was happening with early art, and that's why I jumped in, because I was like, well, people are collecting this art because there's some emotional attachment, and so it's going to go on to do something. We have 150 concurrent viewers, guys. Welcome to everyone that's joined us recently. Remember that there is a giveaway, and to join the pinned message Discord and smash this giveaway button. We're giving away The Weeknd Remnant 001, one of The Weeknd's musician, the Weeknd's first NFTs that he's ever dropped. There's 500 units of them. I'll be giving away one of them. I have about 30 of them, but they're going to go on to be valuable, I'm pretty sure. So make sure the pinned message, you click that, you join the Discord. It's the MetaKey. It's the MetaKey Discord, and you smash this button in the Matty Streams channel. All right, let's keep going. I just listed my Reply Guy NFT on OpenSea for 69 Ethereum. So I think I went through this yesterday, where Twitter had released 140 NFTs, which are actually ERC 1155 tokens. So I'm not exactly sure if they're referred to as NFTs, but the whole industry calls these NFTs, so I will too. 20 people own this specific one. 140 people own Twitter's very first NFT, and it's crazy. I think they just airdropped them for free for people that commented underneath their tweet for it. But the fact that they're acknowledging NFTs is a big deal. This one, you can see back here, sold for 7 ETH, sold again for 7.9. The rest kind of kept it. This one sold for 47. Now, the reason of this wasn't to show you that these are selling for higher prices. The reason was, it's pretty interesting, because it's she goes on to say, if you buy it, I'll transfer another NFT to you. See thread that I made that represents an in real life date with me. So it's a person who's selling an NFT who's saying, well, if you buy the NFT, it also comes with a date with me, which is pretty interesting. Let's find love through crypto, you all. So I don't know, man. That's an interesting way to do it. I guess it's kind of like finding someone who has a similar interest in you, and then you obviously have a date with this person. You can talk about Twitter and NFTs, because obviously this person's connected by buying your NFT. I just found it sort of interesting for that to be a thing. Deleting dating apps so I can find love the old-fashioned way, yelling at Twitter on the internet to give my Reply Guy NFT, and auctioning it off to my future Reply Guy husband. Oh man, interesting. In the past, when I think when Mayweather dropped an NFT, there was a one-day experience with him for him to personally train you. When other people, I think with the Warriors basketball team, I think they're a basketball team. I'm sorry, I don't watch NBA, but the Warriors NBA team released an NFT set and said, well, if you own, wait, was it basketball? I don't think it was. My bad. But they said, well, if you buy the NFT, you can come in and they'll personally gift you a physical ring or something as the buyer of that NFT. So it's kind of like these NFTs are coming with experiences, and there's a way to mesh the digital and the physical world, and people are doing that. And people that are doing that successfully, I think are going to do pretty well, because there is a kind of bridging that needs to be done in the early days of NFTs. You can't just be like, yo guys, you were selling digital stuff now. You can't just go to mom and dad and be like, yo mom and dad, I know the world's changing, now we're selling digital images and JPEGs. They're not going to understand it, right? And this is what Beeple did immensely well in the early days. Beeple in 2020 December, he came in. Or I think it was it was in that period, Jan 2021, but very late of last year, he came in and he dropped what went on to be the biggest drop in NFT history. He dropped his physical and NFT open edition sets, right? So Into the Ether, the Bull Run thing, and the Pokemon, the Pikachu thing. Now, the reason why that blew up is because he was able to bridge for the very first time his real world collectors, or these real world fans, to the NFT fans. That had not been done before. So the real world fans saw the fact that this digital piece of $1,000 comes with a physical box. And if you guys missed it, let's quickly pull it up. And Beeple open editions, nifty gateway. This thing, right? So you got a physical that come with all this Beeple stuff, including a digital screen. It came with like a piece of hair, a gold coin, a bunch of different things, a nice pretty box, and obviously the NFT token. But there was two things that came with this, and the fact that he did that, it merged the mindsets together to realize there's a bridge here happening. There's a transition of physical value going to digital. The fact that they value a digital screen with something in it is indicative of the fact that there is some value these people are placing in the digital realm, and it went on to do quite well in that space. So that drop went on to do $7 million or $5 million or something crazy, including the open editions. But that was iconic in the sense that it made other people think, what else physical can we drop with our NFT drops? Because remember, NFTs, you're selling an NFT for potentially $1,000 a piece. Of course, you can spend $100 or $200 to enhance that experience with something physical, right? And shipping and postage. So I'm not sure how much this cost people, maybe like $500 each, but he went on to do X amount of money. And, it's about building a legacy and cementing yourself so that the next stuff that you can do is a big deal. Okay. All right, guys, I think that is pretty much it. I didn't want to cover too much today, but have more of a conversation with you guys. Let's see if the giveaway is done. No, it ends in an hour. 10 a.m. Oh, it ends at 10 a.m. Okay, cool. So it'll end at exactly 16 minutes. But let's talk. Let's just talk about stuff, guys. Who is my favorite artist? My favorite artist is FEWOCIOUS and Corey, Jose Delbo. There is a bunch of them. And I personally like them because when I was looking into artists the very first time, I was like, pretty, I was new to the space and I was just kind of searching around and I fell upon their art because at that time, they kind of spoke to me, right? Marco Matic, as you guys know, Marco Matic's art is on our MetaKey. If you guys haven't seen it, I gotta show you his stuff. Marco Matic. OpenSea. Marco Matic is cool because he went on to be the first artist that my wife thought whose art was cool. So this is the very first time my wife was like, Maddie, this art is freaking cool. So this is Marco Matic's art. He did it for my key, for the MetaKey, and it just blew everything away. Check that out. So the MetaKey is a project where you own a key and we build like hundreds of things you can do with that one key. It's an ERC-1155, but it's just cool, right? He went on to do this, and I love people that push the boundaries on stuff like this, VR, AR, etc. FEWOCIOUS at the time, I actually went on to buy his early art. FEWOCIOUS, super rare. I might give away. Actually, I'm not saying it. I was gonna say I might give away a FEWOCIOUS art piece because I have a bunch of multi-edition ones for about $1,000 a piece. But I have to double check and see how many pieces I have. But I remember finding FEWOCIOUS in the very early days, and I purchased this one, this one, this one, and this one, which came with a physical. You can see DCL Blogger here. So I had 1, 2, 3. I had these 3 and a physical. So 4 pieces of art pieces. And I bought them for a couple of $1,000s each. They went on to sell for like $35,000. One sold for $350K. Not from like I sold it for something cheaper, and then it was flipped to this guy 4156, who we know on Twitter, for $350K. I still have this piece, but back then I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, oh, this art is cool as. I love it, so I bought it. Right, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just buying art. So for me, the artists that I really like are the ones that I fell in love with in the early days, because to me that was natural. Now it's kind of like trying to hunt around for different artists, and I don't do that as often as I should be. But you will come to know the artists that I like. I'm wearing the FEWO super rare t-shirt right now. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, I think FEWOCIOUS, I don't want to talk too much about already established artists because, they're already established, so they don't really need much more publicity. But I think, so the reason why I bought FEWOCIOUS's art is because I felt the trajectory going a certain way, and I think it's playing out like this, guys. I thought that, again, one, Ferocious's art I like because of the way it looks. Two, I thought that I predicted or assumed, these are assumptions that I make, and based on those assumptions I go a bit heavier with investing. I thought that Ferocious is going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, names that brands and companies will collab with when trying to anchor themselves in the NFTs. What that means, maybe Jay-Z is going to enter this space. He's going to be like, yo, I'm releasing these kicks. These kicks are going to be designed by Ferocious. Right? Beyonce will come and be like, yo, I'm releasing this. It's going to be designed by Ferocious. Right? There's going to be, they need to anchor themselves in the space, guys. You got to understand that we are a freaking amazing community. The NFT community, from the artists to the people on Twitter, from you guys to the investors, we are an epic community. And brands can't just simply come and drop their stuff here. They have to anchor themselves. To anchor themselves, they've got to do something across the space and connect themselves to individuals. So I thought Ferocious might go on to be an individual that these people will see value in connecting with and doing collabs with. I know Corey Van Loo did a collab with Mike Tyson. Where is he? Corey, I actually have the first 5 NFT pieces that Corey released because I was a big fan of Corey's art. I bought them for $1,000 each, guys. I bought them for $1,000 each. His most recent one went for 20 ETH, which is $65,000 or $70,000, and that was before he came out with this, saying that he's collabing with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, I'm a big fan of Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson. I used to watch his fights. I love watching him on YouTube. He's a nice, humble guy now. But again, Mike Tyson can't just come to this space and sell pictures of himself, right? He has to connect with someone. So there's going to be artists that are going to go on and do things in the future. Now, for me, I bought 18 or 20. I can't remember. I bought 20 shoes of Ferocious, right? Much of them were the rares. They weren't the epic and the legendary. But I went on to just splurge a little bit because I was a bit sad that my 101 edition sold. I sold it, and then as soon as I sold it, I regretted it immediately. But you can see here that they're already listed for sale. They're already listed for sale on StockX. And there's an ask, and there's a little bit of a marketplace. You can see people are like, oh, I'll buy it for $156 or whatever. But my prediction is that if Ferocious goes on to do many, many more physical merchandise collabs, then these may hold value. They may. I don't know. That's one of the many assumptions I have in the NFT space. That's how I place my bets. I try my best to predict the future of how certain spaces are going to go. And I have 18 of them, I think. So let's see what happens here. I don't know. Oh, here we go. So it's $250. Ask. $8,000. Someone's listed it for sale. So there's got to be a meeting in between there for the sale to happen. So let's see what the sale price goes for. I remember buying these for, I think, 3,000 USD. 3,000 to 5,000 USD each. I have the NFT piece, and I also came with the physical. So let's see how those do. But I think these being the first, apparently they were the biggest shoe drop in the world at that time in terms of revenue generated. But I think like this will be an iconic one because as Ferocious goes on to do collabs, this is the first merch that was a non-collab that I think will do quite well as a physical. Now, I don't know how physical value is going to go, guys. I don't know. Those are sick. I know. Squello. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but those are sick. Big fan of these shoes. I don't wear them. It's got a flower on it. Pretty cool. I don't wear them. I just have them there. In fact, I think I might put them in the background in this office somewhere. We'll take a picture. We might do an extreme giveaway by the end of this year or something. But we got to give away something epic to you guys. But again, I don't know how physical value will hold moving into the future. And the NFT space is going wild. And another thing that I did, again, just trying to predict where the space is going, is I'm not sure if you guys know Jose Delbo. So Jose Delbo is the 1933. He's 87 years old now, but the very, very early comic artist for Marvel, DC, the early Wonder Womans, the early Batmans, the early Supermans. He did a lot of artist work with them. Now he has done NFTs. He's gone on to drop NFTs in the space. His single edition pieces, one of them with Trevor Jones collab, went for $160,000. As soon as that sale happened, I went to eBay. And I bought a bunch of physical stuff that people are selling. So people are selling like physical prints, his physical artwork. They were selling for a few $100s each. You can see there's some of this stuff here. I think this, like, exactly things like this. In fact, I think I have this. He was doing exhibitions in the past, and he would draw stuff as exhibition pieces, and he would sell them for money back then, right? That was one of the ways that they would generate money. Now people, Jose Delbo fans or people that are really deep into the comic world, they've gone on to list these on eBay, and they were at that time selling it for $300, $400, and I was like, wait a second. If he's selling pieces for $100,000 plus in the NFT space, why are his physical single edition pieces? Remember, these are one-to-one edition pieces. These are single edition physical pieces. Why are they going for $400? There's a discrepancy in value there. And so I went on to purchase like 5 of these, along with my FEWOCIOUS physical, along with my MERS pin, along with a bunch of different physicals that I have. These are some of them. And I don't know how physical and digital value will translate. It looks like they may get crazy because of the digital value and because digital is very easy to transact. But at the end of the day, there's something that cannot be taken away from something physical. So I think later on, value may translate to this space. We don't know. All right, guys, 6 minutes till the giveaway. Make sure that you have spammed this button. We are at 210. Good work. Make sure you are spamming the like button on this YouTube video. The more likes I get, the more this gets distributed across the space. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, guys, so you can see my dashboard. This is the YouTube Studio dashboard. Check this out. I'm looking at 165 concurrent views, 2 chat rate, 670 playbacks. I don't even know what that means. 9 minutes 55 average watch time. Looks like people are average watching for 10 minutes. Hopefully I'm not in the way there, but you can see the graph here and how we slowly grow, right? So the more likes I get on this YouTube video, basically the more people will see it being recommended to them right now on YouTube, and the more people will come and watch this stream. So this is an exciting graph that I keep watching in my background. So I'm looking at you guys on that screen. In my screen, I am looking at my the people that are coming and watching and chatting to me. All right, do I still flip land from Mario? I do, man. I do flip land, but what I've realized is that for land to be valuable, virtual land, especially like Decentraland, etc., the other industries also have to go up, right? Virtual land is a space that you build galleries on, you build games on, you build all these other things on, but those other spaces and those other niches need to become strong by themselves. And that's why I was so happy to see the thank you NFT buddy, huge like from me. Thank you so much. One of my favorite streams. Thanks, man. I hope this is a daily thing and it's only going to get better. Yeah, for virtual land to become a thing, these industries around virtual land, so gaming, art, whatever, have to be big things. And this is great to see. We're seeing the evolution of the space, and I think everything is going to go around and come back to virtual land. Now, we being the MetaKey project, who we're going to go on to go and build a virtual presence. So recently we released our ship, and we're going to build a 3D version of our ship in Decentraland, and that's going to have meetups, it's going to have conference centers, it's going to have just a chill out session so you can come and talk with me and other people in the MetaKey community, or even other communities. We're going to have NPC characters. It's going to kind of show that you can do more with NFTs apart from buy and look at them. You can use them in virtual worlds. So hopefully with that and other projects coming to the space and building malls, it'll build more awareness to virtual land and will give a higher proposition there. Virtual land, I used to flip a virtual land for the first 2 years of my career. That's actually how I made all of my money, by buying and selling virtual land in the early days, right? That's how I made the majority of my money. And now what I do is I diversify into long form holds, because there's X amount of time that we have in the day, right? We have, if you think about it, right, we have probably 6 to 7 hours, or maybe, yeah, 6 to 7 hours in the day of productive time. We spend time to eat lunch, spend time to hang out with our family, spend time to sleep, spend time to jump on calls with our friends, to hang out with our friends, blah, blah, blah. When it comes down to it, we probably have about 6 to 7 hours in the day. So every minute of how you spend your time is valuable in business. So if I were to flip land, that requires 2 to 4 hours of me keeping on top of trends, communicating with people, making sure, like hustling with people on the phone, seeing companies coming in, trying to do OTC deals, all that sort of stuff, which is very lucrative. But what it did was keep me in the virtual land bubble for a bit. But think about, do I spend my time there, which I do, or do I spend my time exploring and investing in the NFT space holistically? So I decided to kind of mix my strategy, and although I own a ton of land and still have a pretty decent network, and I flip every now and then, the bulk of my investing has got to do with seeing where the macro trends are going and trying to invest my money as such. You can see here that yesterday I covered on my stream how Ethereum was the first NFT project, right? And pretty much after my stream, midday, I was like, man, this is going nuts. I ended up buying another 6 tiles of Ethereum land for a total of 151 ETH, 440,000 USD, almost $500,000 on Ethereum land. Now, I wouldn't have found out about this project if I were to just flip land full on 100% of the time. So I kind of explored a little bit and was like, hey, I want to be invested in the growth of the NFT space. Hey, I want to be invested in the art space. Hey, I want to be building my own projects and founding and building a team and finding like-minded people. Hey, I wanted to keep doing my content. There's all these things that the NFT space grew into. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't flip land 100% of the time, but I definitely do keep my eye on it. Do you own bulls on the block? No, but I should. I absolutely should own bulls on the block. Let's check out the bulls on the block floor. You know what I should do, guys? I should buy some NFTs while I'm on this stream with you guys. So in the next week, or maybe next week, I will connect my MetaMask to this computer, and I will buy live some NFTs. Let's check out the activity. I might buy some, guys. I'm gonna buy some. I might buy 1 or 2 because I think they're a pretty cool community, right? I've seen them around. I have to jump into the Discord, but I like the art style. All right. We are, what are we? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. We got a winner. Oh, no. What? Okay, never mind. We got it. We got it. All right. Congratulations. Is that right, guys? So congratulations to Voot Cruiser. You won the Weekend Remnant 001-290-500. Congrats to you, man. Or girl. NFT coming your way. Contact Michael. You may have to make a Nifty Gateway profile. If not, I think I can still send it to you OpenSea. But congratulations. You win. So we've given away the weekend. I'm excited to see, and I think we'll keep a note of all the NFTs I've given away, and then we'll do a 1-year comparison to see the value of those giveaways. Hopefully it'll be a lot of money, because I would like to think I'm giving away some pretty valuable NFTs. All right, guys, we'll do a couple more questions. Maddie, check out Substrate Punks at some point. You know what? Sunday Polkadot. I have checked Substrata. I'm just gonna say Substrate. Mind the Aussie accent. I'm gonna blame it on the Aussie accent. Substrate Punks. These, I believe, and we gotta be careful calling anything the first. I believe these are the first punks on the Polkadot network, but they're on a different chain. I think they're on the Kusama chain, or there's something going on there, and or the Substrata chain. But I need to look into these. But they're like kind of like punks, but the first on Polkadot. So I don't know how they're doing, but it'll be interesting to see if there is a value of pretty much building the first of something on a different chain. Now, because Ethereum is the dominant NFT chain, is probably getting the bulk of volume. But if Binance or some other chain becomes a massive chain, who knows if the early ones do the same. Kusuma. Is it Kusama? Yeah, the first NFTs on Polkadot. Yep. 172 people joining us. What's up, guys? Anyone new? I'm doing this every day, 7 p.m. EST. We've gone through a bunch of NFT stuff and done a giveaway. But pleasure to have you all here. Wow, 500,000 NFT gangster. Yeah. Do you own Crypto RT? Crypto RT? Why are these all weird names? Like, I know we're going with, a bit of swag, but confusing me, man. Crypto Arte? Are these an Ethereum NFT generative art collection and DApp from 2018. A generative art collection. So I think these guys said that they were the first generative art on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, generative art is crazy, guys. I don't truly understand it, but it's kind of like putting a script through the blockchain and allowing it to generate art and mint it on the blockchain. Or I'm not sure if they put the script through blockchain or they put the script through some software and then generate or mint using the output of that onto blockchain. But they do something, and basically it's kind of AI slash code that comes up with final result, right? And to many people, that's really cool. In fact, it's so cool that on OpenSea, one of the highest isn't it art blocks? No. One of the highest ranking projects right now is Art Blocks Curated, done 8,000 Ethereum in the last 7 days. And this is all generative art. So generative art is absolutely going to be a genre. It just requires us to learn how to invest in that genre. So no, I have not looked at Crypto Arty. Could be an opportunity if they have been the first. I know CryptoPunks. I know Lava Labs. Again, I hope they're not wrong with this, because that'd be a shame as well. But Lava Labs have autoglyphs. And autoglyphs are said to be the first on-chain generative art on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, if that is not the first, then they've done it again, guys. They've front run falsely the fact that they're the first of X type of project. These autoglyphs are selling for 350, if not, I think 250 Ethereum each. They're not cheap. They're like 600 to 700K. And a lot of that value comes from them being the first, no matter how simple they may be. So it'll be interesting to see if they are the first. Is Crypto Arty the first? I think some people are saying that it is the first. Have you seen the sneak peeks of the Rickstro Bulls? I have. They look pretty cool. I don't know if you know Raphael Rosandale. He was the first artist using websites as canvas, making digital interactive art. He sold the URL as an art piece. The URL is also non-fungible. That is so cool. I had no idea, man. I had no idea. Maddie, did you check out RFox and the Vault? Should really see their walkthrough of their virtual world. Let's check it out right now. RFox VALT. Is it this thing? So RFox, Red Fox Labs, if you guys don't know, are an incubator or a venture firm in Southeast Asia. I think it may be Korea, where they're, or maybe Vietnam, and they're kind of incubating a bunch of different NFT type of projects, or building out a bunch of NFT type of projects, and this is one of them, I believe. So I'm learning this today, right now. Is that all they got? I don't even know what this is. I don't know what the Vault is. It is our great pleasure to be able to reveal the initial designs of the RFox token, which will be found in the RFox Vault, our very own metaverse. I gotta see what this looks like. You guys know this. If there's anything metaverse related, here we go. Looks like that. All right. Are these guys on wax? That looks pretty cool. Introducing RFox Vault, our very own metaverse virtual reality. Why they gotta say, what's Vault? How do you even pronounce that? What is that? Anyway, it is no secret that shopping has never required less effort than it does today. Before the internet and e-commerce came along, we had no choice, blah, blah, blah. Most people, yes. Yes, it has. Yes, our primary and secondary realities. I don't know. Yes. Introducing RFox Vault Shop Front Fly-Through. Red Fox Labs believes there is value in providing a fully immersive commercial experience for both shoppers and retailers in a virtual space that the world has never before seen. A place where our senses are engaged and not only our wallets. Yep. Is a virtual commerce interoperable sandbox that Red Fox Labs' many ventures plug into, we intend to gamify the customer experience. I think just reading like literally 3 lines, I think they'll be pretty much building a shopping experience where you jump in here with maybe your VR headset and be able to buy things, whether they be NFTs or physical as well, in a virtual experience. Now, okay, it's in the works. I have known and I have come to accept the fact that these things take a while to come out. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The metaverse will sit at the center of the ecosystem, an interoperable ecosystem. E-commerce, shoppers can earn 8% cashback. Media, advertisers, yep. Gaming, play, earn, create, and purchase through vending machines and shops. Utility, beyond just art, assets that allow you to launch businesses and earn an income. AR and VR, NFT, earn. Cool. It does look great. One thing I've learned, guys, being in this space is that building great products take a very long time. Building giants like Decentraland, the Sandbox, CryptoVoxels, Somnium Space take years, right? It takes a long time to come out with a product for it to be fully functional and stable so that you can do all this sort of stuff. The security of the building this stuff takes a while. The nascent nature of the blockchain takes a while to find yourself around. So I know it takes some time to do all this sort of stuff. So, you know, it's a great concept. It's a great concept. I will be watching. I'll be interested to see when they'll roll out the beta so that we can go in and check it out. Vietnam RFox are very questionable at the moment. Lots of misinformation. We'll check it out Sunday, Polkadot. There are 2 collections of Kurt Cobain, Nirvana NFTs out there that were minted by the original photographers, Jesse Foreman and Chris Cafaro. I bet you've seen the photos before too. I actually haven't, Matt. I will check it out. So let's keep going. Are vegan punks worth looking into? It's picking up a bit of momentum. I think there's 2 plays that can be done with the NFT space, and I'll kind of end with this. One is the trading play, where you see high volume, you see a lot of people rushing to buy stuff, and you can buy and sell real quickly out of that because there's so much trading volume happening that there's opportunity to flip, right? But usually that doesn't translate into long-term value. Usually what happens after that dies down is that prices drop significantly, and there's this slow period, and then they pick up again if the project has some merit or has some longevity. So sometimes it could be good to just jump into a project to buy and flip for a little bit if that's what you like to do and make some money in that sense. Or you could kind of just invest in something because the idea is great and the project looks like it's going to have some longevity. So, you know, when I'm assessing these projects, I'm doing both. I'm seeing which can be kind of flipped immediately, but usually these days I don't really flip. I just purchase and kind of wait it out till the project increases in investment and its growth. All right, guys, I think that's it. Thanks for coming and checking it out. I think we had 170 people on the stream today, which is great. Tomorrow, let's see what I'll be giving away. Maybe I'll give away a Bulls on the Block NFT, but I want to give away something from a different community each time. So again, thank you for coming in. Thank you for tuning in. 7 p.m. EST. We will be back tomorrow, every single day, Monday to Friday, guys, which is much of the world's Sunday to Thursday, but Monday to Friday, Melbourne time. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you like, subscribe, join the Discord. Remember, in the Discord, we talk about NFT strategy all the time. So anytime you want to talk NFTs, jump in the Discord. Thanks for coming in. And it's such a pleasure to chat to you guys. Dara Sensei, Disco Dancing, Sunday Polkadot. Thank you all for joining me. Metaverse Explorer, Jason P, IS, Matt A, all you guys. Love you all. We will see you next time. Take care, my friends. Take care.